So this is the DHD Mini Reddie caged quadcopter. You're not going to see me fly this today. So let me preface this by saying that no, I do not recommend this product, and you're going to find out why very shortly. So the first thing I need to say is that mine is not working properly. Mine continues to lose bind after about a minute of flight. It'll just lose bind to the controller and start taking off into wherever the heck it wants to go. So that is a DOA issue, or dead on arrival. I'm not faulting them for that. Everyone gets a DOA every now and then. That's just part of buying things in the hobby. You get a DOA, you contact your retailer, they're going to send you a new one or give you a refund. I am not faulting it for that. But in that minute of flight, 30 seconds of flight that I'm able to get, I have some criticisms of this thing that I really want to share with you. My first criticism of it is the fact that this cage, anyone who knows anything about aerodynamics knows that this thing is terrible. It weighs down the quad a whole lot, and it doesn't do the props any favor with giving it more thrust. So this thing is a really big burden. Now I understand the point is that you can run into anything, like bump into trees, bump into things outside. That's how they advertise it. Bump into anything you want. And that's great and all, but this thing has a serious problem with this accelerometer. Even after about 30 seconds of flight, or 45 seconds of flight, the thing starts to drift, and the drift will get greater and greater and greater. So I'm assuming that it's not a DOA thing, it is just something that is up with the way this is designed. It will continue to get a drift. So, what does the manual say about this thing? The manual says to be manual basically says to be careful if you're flying this outside. You know, don't do it in the wind. It's good for indoor flight. I want to beg to differ on the indoor flight issue, because let me show you. That right there is a prop full of hair. Now, why is it full of hair? It's full of hair because I tested it inside, as the first few times I flew, I got it stuck on the roof of the house because it disconnected from my controller. It lost bind, it got stuck on the roof of the house. So I took it inside, and of course it flipped upside down because it lost bind. Again, it crashed and still lost bind in the house, and it sucked in a whole bunch of hair. Not uncommon for micros, especially ones like this. You're gonna get hair in your props. No big deal. Normally what you do is you just pull it out. How do you pull it out of this? Look at this. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 screws. 12 screws. So every time you get dirt or something stuck in this, you have to unscrew 12 screws just to get to the props. I mean, a kid is gonna fly this, a kid or someone new is gonna fly this, crash it into the carpet if you have carpets or whatever, even if you have a hardwood floor. Like my house has a hardwood floor. But that doesn't mean that there's not hair on it. That doesn't mean that there's not particles on it, that's gonna get caught in it. I've had stuff caught in my micro quads all the time. You just pull it out, it's no big deal. This thing makes that impossible. So, if you can't fly it outside because it's got a whole lot of drift to it and you have to be careful, and if you can't fly it inside because you've got a higher risk of getting hair and crap stuck in it, where the hell can you fly it? I would rather see someone new, if you're getting into this hobby, straight up, don't buy this. Buy something like the Furby F36. That's a great micro quad. Buy yourself a Cheerson CX10 WD, another great micro. There are tons of great micros to buy. This is just not one of them. DHD, really, you need to just rethink this entirely. I'm sorry. Usually I don't do a review like this, but this one just rubbed me the wrong way, and I had to say something. You know, one of the reasons I really wanted to make this video as well is because I don't want to see someone new buy this and then get turned off of the hobby when there are plenty of great micros out there right now. Plenty of them. You don't need to buy this. Like I said, go get yourself an F36. Go get yourself a Cheerson CX10 WDTX. Go get yourself a JJRC H30H. All of those I reviewed on this channel. You can check those out. I got links in the description below to those reviews. Go buy those. Just don't buy this, please. You know, every now and then something like this happens where I am unhappy with a product. I always try to work with who sends it to me to get a new one if I get a DOA. But in this case, I don't feel that the fact that it's DOA negates any of the points that I am making. Because technically it's not dead. I can fly it for about a minute and before it loses bind to the controller. And even in that 1 minute of time, I can see but the criticisms are all still relevant. So I hope you can glean something from this. That's it, guys. Take care and have a great day. Happy flying.